the watcher in the walls. It was a quiet, rain-slicked evening when Emily moved into the old Victorian house at the edge of town. She had been looking for a fresh start away from the bustle, away from the memories, and this was the place. A real bargain, too. Considering its age, the real estate agent mentioned the house had been empty for years, but Emily didn't ask why. As she unpacked her boxers, the storm outside intensified, its thunder rattling the old windows. The house creaked and groaned, as if it were settling into a long, deep sleep. But there was something else, a whispering sound, faint but unmistakable, like someone was moving behind the walls. Just the wind, she muttered, brushing it off. She'd heard things before, living in an old apartment in the city. The pipes, the floors, these houses had a way of playing tricks on your mind. But then, the whispering grew louder. It was barely a murmur, but it was definitely there. Emily froze, her heart pounding. She stood in the middle of the hallway, her breath caught in her throat. The air in the house felt heavier now, pressing in on her. She took a step forward, then another. The sound was clearer, no soft, but unmistakable. "Help me, ... double quotes her. Blood ran cold. The voice came from somewhere within the walls, just behind her. She whipped around, her pulse racing. The hallway was empty, the old wallpaper peeling, the dim lights casting eerie shadows. She could hear the whisper, even though no one was there. "Hello." Her voice trembled as she stepped toward the source. But as she reached out to touch the wall, a loud thud came from above. She jumped back, her eyes wide. The sound wasn't just in the walls, it was in the house, the attic. Heart pounding, Emily made her way to the attic door. It creaked open with a shudder, revealing only darkness. No light in there. She hesitated for a moment, then found the courage to step inside, her flashlight casting long shadows over the dust-covered floor. There was a trunk in the center of the room, ancient, worn, covered in cobwebs. She approached it cautiously, each step echoing in the oppressive silence. As she reached out to open it, a sharp scraping sound from behind made her spin around. The flashlight flickered, casting brief, frantic beams across the attic. For a split second, she thought she saw someone standing in the corner of the room, but when the light caught the spot again, it was empty. Her breath caught in her throat. The whispering was louder now, clearer, so close. She heard the words distinctly. "Get out." She stumbled backward, her heart racing, and when her hand brushed against the trunk, it clicked open. Inside was a stack of old focus, faded and yellowed with age. She flipped through them, the air thickening around her with every page. There were images of the house, long before she moved in. People stood in front of it, smiling, as if posing for the camera. The old house seemed warm then, almost alive, but one photograph caught her eye. It was a group photo, family, perhaps, until her eyes landed on the face of a man standing in the back. His eyes were wide, staring directly at the camera. His expression wasn't joyful like the others. He was watching her. Emily's breath caught in her throat. She flipped the photo over. Written in faded ink on the back were two words: "He sees you." A sudden crash from below made her jump. She spun around, her heart pounding in her chest. The attic door slammed shut with a deafening bang. She rushed to the door, but the handle was frozen, unyielding. The whispers escalated into frantic voices. "Get out, ... now." Suddenly, the walls seemed to pulse. The house was alive with something that wasn't human. Then, the floor beneath her creaked. It groaned under a weight that wasn't hers. Something or someone was moving toward her. And from the corner of the attic, she saw it, the shadowy figure. It wasn't the man from the photograph. This figure was tall, and naturally tall, and it moved in jerky, uneven motions, like it didn't quite belong in this world. Its face was hidden in darkness, but she could feel its eyes on her, watching, always watching. Emily's hands shook as she finally wrenched open the attic door. She ran down the stairs, her pulse in her throat, the whispering now a loud, screeching wail, the walls closing in around her. She didn't look back. She didn't dare. Bursting out the front door, she ran into the storm, not stopping until she reached the nearest neighbor's house. They were confused when she told them she'd been hearing voices, seeing shadows, feeling something in the walls. But when they heard the name of the house, their faces went pale. That house, the neighbor's voice trembled. "No one stays in that house. Not for long." Emily shook her head, trying to catch her breath. But the photographs. The man in the photo, he was watching me. He was in the house. The neighbor paused before speaking, his voice quiet and grave. The man in the photograph. He never left. He's still there, watching anyone who dares to live there. A cold shiver ran down Emily's spine. And that's when she realized the truth. The house had been empty for years, not because no one wanted it, but because no one could stay. The watcher in the walls would always find them, and it was only a matter of time before it came for her, too.